Right, so we're back and ready to dive into another championship matchup. And this one, well, this one has all the ingredients for a real thriller.
I agree. This one should be good.
Portsmouth versus Swansea. You know, whether you're getting ready for a watch party or you're just, a hardcore fan of the championship,
Yeah,
buckle up because we've got some interesting details here for you. We're
absolutely.
talking streaks, surprising stats,
Right.
maybe even some clues about how this whole thing might shake out on the pitch,
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about this one is on the surface, it looks like a pretty straightforward matchup, right? Round table 5 at Fratton Park, Portsmouth's home turf.
Yeah, but then you start digging a little deeper and
Right.
things get a little more interesting.
Yeah, a lot more complex than it might seem at first glance.
Yeah, so let's start with the basics.
Okay.
Portsmouth has had kind of a, bumpy ride this season, haven't they? I mean, more draws and losses than wins.
Yeah, more draws and losses than wins, which is never good.
But they do seem to turn it up a notch when they're at home.
They do, and that home field advantage is something to keep an eye on here because they've been almost unbeatable at Fratton Park recently.
Right.
So you got to wonder if that'll be a deciding factor against a Swansea team that, well, let's be honest, they don't always travel well, do they?
No, they don't.
Swansea's record is more balanced overall. They've got a decent offense, but it's those away games that seem to give them the most trouble.
Yeah, and speaking of trouble, remember their last encounter back in November
Oh, yeah.
ended in a 2-2 draw.
It did.
Makes you wonder if we're in for another nail biter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, both teams showed they can score goals.
Right.
And neither one could really close the deal.
Right, yeah.
But, every match is its own beast, right?
That's true.
So who knows?
So let's talk about the players who might be, writing this new chapter.
Okay, yeah.
The Portsmouth. Well, you've got Callum Lang.
Oh, yeah, he's a good one.
He's up there near the top of the goal-scoring charts, isn't he?
Definitely one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and then there's Swanson and Freddie Potts.
Oh, they've been playing well.
They've been racking up some impressive ratings lately.
Mm-hmm.
Could these guys be the difference makers?
I mean, they're definitely players to watch.
Yeah.
Lang's goal-scoring threat is obvious. We all know he can put the ball in the net.
Right.
But Swanson and Potts, their recent form, it adds a whole other layer to Portsmouth's attack.
Yeah.
Swansea's going to have their hands full with those guys.
Yeah, they will. And on the Swansea side, who should we be keeping an eye on?
Well, Goncalo Franco has been a standout performer for them.
Oh, yeah.
Consistently contributing to their attack.
Yeah.
And of course, you can't forget about their defensive duo.
Right.
Harry Darling and Benjamin Kabongo. Those two are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I was just looking at their stats. They're
solid.
Really solid. Rarely miss a minute.
Nope, they're always there.
So it sounds like we've got a pretty strong lineup on both sides here.
Yeah.
But
There's always a wrinkle, isn't there?
Oh, there's always a twist.
There's always a twist, right?
Right.
And in this case, it's the injury list.
Ah, yes, the injury bug.
Portsmouth's missing Conor Shaughnessy.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Regan Poole and Jordan Williams.
Right.
And Swansea will be without Andy Fisher.
Yeah, losing Shaughnessy could really hurt Portsmouth.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Their defense has been a bit shaky this season, if you've noticed.
Yeah.
And losing a key defender like that, well, it's not going to help them. Especially against a team like Swansea that's always looking to score goals.
Right, exactly. And we know Swansea loves to score goals. I mean,
They do.
they're up there with the best in the league.
Yeah, one of the highest scoring teams in the championship.
Yeah, and we can't overlook that league-leading foul count either.
Right.
Is that a sign that they're just playing too aggressively? Or could it be a strategy, maybe they're trying to disrupt Portsmouth's rhythm, especially on their home turf?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Some people might see all those fouls as a bad thing, dirty play.
Right.
But it could be a tactical move,
Yeah.
breaking up Portsmouth's flow.
Right.
Stopping them from getting into a groove. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out during the match.
Yeah, it will. And then you've got Portsmouth on the other side of the coin. They have the fewest red cards in the league.
Interesting.
So is that just pure discipline, or have they just been lucky with the refs?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
Probably a bit of both, right?
Right.
Maybe they're a very disciplined team, but you also have to factor in the luck of the draw when it comes to the officials.
True. Now, it wouldn't be a deep dive without looking at those streaks that each team brings into the match.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love a good streak.
So Portsmouth, they're unbeaten in their last 3 against Swansea.
That's right.
Can they make it 4?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
That is the question.
It definitely suggests they've found a way to play well against Swansea. But every game is different. Can they do it again? Who knows?
Yeah, and Swansea will definitely be looking to break that streak.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nobody wants to lose 4 in a row.
And let's not forget about Swansea's own scoring streak, 9 straight league games with a goal.
Yeah, they've been on fire lately.
Will they keep that momentum rolling?
Momentum's a big thing in football, you know?
Oh, yeah.
When you're feeling confident, when you're scoring goals, it can really make a difference.
Absolutely.
Especially against a team like Portsmouth, who we know have had some defensive struggles.
Right. And speaking of momentum, we can't overlook Portsmouth's impressive home record.
That's right. Fratton Park is a tough place to play.
They're unbeaten in 6 of their last 7 there. That's a real fortress.
Yeah, that home crowd can really give them a boost.
Yeah, the energy, the atmosphere.
It's something Swansea's going to have to deal with.
Yeah, they will. So we've got a lot to consider going into this match, right? Streaks, injuries, contrasting styles. It's going to be fascinating.
Absolutely. Tons of storylines to follow.
So the big question is, will Portsmouth's home field advantage be enough to overcome Swansea's attacking firepower? Or will Swansea break that losing streak against Portsmouth and keep their scoring run alive?
I can't wait to find out. It's a matchup with so many possibilities, you know? Who knows what'll happen?
I know, me too. And we want to hear from you too.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for this clash? Let us know, share your thoughts, because we love, talking tactics and getting into the details with our listeners.
Absolutely. I always love hearing from you guys.
So let us know what you think. And until then, we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you next time.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.